Oh, God.
Lisa, we gotta go. Lisa, let's go. We gotta go. Why? Oh, you know why. Let's go.
Hey, fuckers, it's Friday.
I need work.
Good night, folks.
You are listening to your favorite podcast, Shoutouts, Uncut, with your host, Bobby Skullface.
That's a solid unit, Mac.
Oscar FJ.
I call it Rock Fred.
Robert D.
So happy to be here.
The engineer, T2RX6.
The fit finish.
Meth Deluxe Bolt.
Hell Hasbro.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, feel free to turn it off now. And
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 67. You are listening to the number one Transformers podcast. It's your favorite podcast. Again, we are the only podcast that your mom has decided to name her 5 favorite vibrators after. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and joining me tonight are members of the Furious 5. Looking at my screen from left to right, as soon as window decided we go. He's everyone's favorite attorney. He's our attorney, and you wish he really was yours, unless you live in a tri-state area. He might be able to help you. The one and only Mr. Robert D.
Have you been in an accident?
I love those commercials.
Hello, everybody.
I fell over at the store, and my back was hurt. I called Robert D. And I got a settlement for $23. I've lost my job.
Previous outcomes don't guarantee future outcomes.
If you don't pay us, you won't get paid. Robert D. Attorneys at Law. Call him at 555-55 fuck. And of course, speaking of fuck, this guy right next to us is a word that he will rarely say in his reviews. He is a love child of one Louis C.K. and George Carlin, the one and only Mr. Bobby Skullface.
Hey, I got a review coming Monday. I'm not going to give too much about it, but don't buy Fans Project Swoop. Just leave it at that.
Good call! I'm a piece of shit!
And coming up next, he's everyone's favorite Hasbro champion, the guy that will sit there, pat you on the back when he sees you at a Toys R Us and congratulate you for buying Hasbro products. The one and only Shattercast Uncut engineer T2RX6.
What?
See what I did there?
You me for a loop there.
I know. His temperature just spiked again to 107, but he'll survive because he has.
I'm a stroked out. I'm just
Yeah. Sadly, T2R6 is under the weather because Hasbro gave him salmonella poisoning. They saw his Optimus Prime Combiner War review and they were like, "Fuck this guy." And coming up next, he's everyone's favorite real Hasbro champion. He's the guy that made you say "Hail Hasbro." He'll pump his fist in the air every time he sees someone buy something, a Transformer at a Target, Toys R Us, and even Walmart, Kruger, whatever he's got out there. That's him. He's your best friend, Mr. Matthew Sir Toys Deluxe Baldwin.
Yay!
Sir Toys Deluxe.
You've been
promoted.
As he more.
Good night, folks. I'm not on the show anymore.
And every time you answer a fan's question, whether it be a private message on the Facebook page, facebook.com/ShattercastUncut, or even on when they're making a comment, you have to now use the initials STD. Yeah.
Damn it. Oh.
Damn it.
Do I have to? Really?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes. No, not really. So, as always, shirts, hoodies, and bumper stickers are available. Just go ahead and get a hold of us. I think we sold out of the bumper stickers and the magnets, unfortunately. So, your Magneto cosplay is ruined because you delayed it appropriately. You can still get a shirt and a hoodie. Get with us through the Facebook page on facebook.com/ShattercastUncut, and we'll let you know what the prices are shipped. So, anybody get anything? Robert?
Utopia.
You're going to say it every week?
Yeah, Moneybag's going to say that every week. Got another Utopia.
I finished my TFC Combiner collection. Didn't have one unit.
Yay.
I'm just kidding. I was taking Justin's advice.
Dirt.
Okay, so this
Go
is
big.
Okay, I got the SXX intercocking. I will always call him intercocking.
Not Blur, for those curious.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture I sent you, Bobby, of the box? And I put the L in interclocking. I cut out a little piece of paper and I put a penis on it.
Yes, that is so clever. Oh my goodness.
What
That
do we
was
say?
funny. Fapping hard.
What do
That
we
was
say?
funny. Fapping hard.
What do we say, Justin? Wieners and farts.
Yep.
How do you like him? I mean, I know you love him, but I just
He's
figured.
okay.
No, you don't. You love him. You love him.
You
Looks like
love
grandma's hair
him.
color.
It does look like grandma's hair. No, I really do love that figure. Like I was saying earlier, it's he's
People don't
his.
know what you said earlier.
You do.
Sorry.
His.
Sorry. My bad. Go on. My bad. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Listen. You know what? My wife busts my balls more than anyone else can. They're out on the table, slam them in the dresser. I don't care. What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh yeah, intercocking. The plastic quality is really nice. I think it's higher than Unique Toys and higher than Warbitron. It's just a step up. It has the same feel, but denser and tougher. The articulation is great. A great foot articulation. I mean, everything. He's got everything you'd want. The arms. He really impressed me. He actually has that Star Saber, that extra outside shoulder. You know what I'm talking about? That comes out a little more.
Yeah.
He has that too. You know,
ain't Mac.
right. The downsides, right? This is the first stuff that I noticed. You know, the down. I was like, oh man, like I wasn't all just like, you know, all happy about it at first. It took playing with it, but because at first I was like, there's no paint on this thing. But then I noticed it has a couple highlights, but it has this really, really cool clear blue plastic all over it. And it, as opposed to like Vortex where the yellowish orange was kind of annoying, this really plays in its favor, and it kind of forgives the lack of paint. But I mean, the alt mode looks really cool. The one downside, well, I didn't like a couple things like some visible pins, which I wasn't thrilled about. I was worried at first that they were going to stress, but they didn't. And but other than that, the other downside of the hips, yeah, he has these, going outwards. They're soft ratchets, and they're really just widely spaced. So if you want him just in a plain A stance, he's doing the Unicron, which is kind of a downer, but you can get around that. He's so articulated otherwise, like he doesn't have to stand that way. Mm-hmm. But no, definitely he's up there. He's definitely he's my favorite figure after Troll since I got Troll. Most impressive transformation and design and very unique transformation. You must
not have any Combiner War stuff. That's your problem. Right there. It's going to stop everything right there. You must not have a CW.
Yeah, don't nobody say anything bad about CW, man. The fucking people will mount up against you.
CW, let's go. Internet, let's go. Fuck you. CW is the best shit in the world. Okay, sorry. Mountain Dew.
And as always, Justin, what'd you get this week?
I got absolutely nothing.
Wow.
I have a package in the mail that I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dick in a box.
That's right.
Sorry.
Okay, then.
Feeling good. I apologize.
STD Baldwin, what'd you get?
Anyway. Well, I got C-Dub, Air Raid. My wife picked it up for me.
C-Dub. We should totally call it that from now on.
Yeah.
C-Dub.
I picked up one of my Holy Grails, which I only found out that there's only 400 made. I got the Pepto-Bismol Starscream. He's the pinkish red Starscream from movie 1 that was sold with HD HD players back in the day, and they lost. So I didn't get the movie. I thought the movie came with it, but it doesn't. So, but anyways,
did you file a fake claim? Were you pissed? Where's my HD DVD, you son of a bitch?
I gotta watch that shit. And I got the best thing, which I think I'm gonna fucking get it graded. I got the McDonald's clamp down. I plan on taking it and get it AFA graded because
fucking stupid.
That shit.
Matt, what were you doing ordering a Happy Meal? Did you order the Happy Meal before you found out they had the toy?
Did the employees give you the toy and sat there and said, "Please stay away from local parks and schools, sir"? We would be most appreciative.
So I'm banned from a couple McDonald's. So what? Who cares? All my fucking fix of McDonald's Transformers. Somehow.
Probably look real crazy holding that little box.
I did, because I'm a big boy. Like, man, he needs more than a Happy Meal. You know damn well.
Is this it, or is it
fucking
just a toy? I need to know.
No, actually, I didn't know anything about it. Lisa brought it home for me when we ate.
Oh,
McDonald's.
see, that's why you're like.
She was just wait. So yeah, your wife said, "What do you want for dinner?" And you said, "Get me a Happy Meal."
I'm on a
No,
diet.
I said just give me McDonald's. I forgot that, I didn't know that they were actually, the toys were out now. I know I put an article in, we're going to talk about later, but I didn't know they were actually out right now. So she surprised me, as always. My wife loves me, so fuck y'all.
Well, that's cool. How did she do on her test?
I don't know yet, man. She said she did pretty good. I'll find out about hopefully 4 to 8 weeks, but she's already got, she's done a job offer, and she's already got an email stating, she'd like to come in and, do an interview and all that stuff. So she's already willing and dealing. So
nice.
Yeah, so we'll go the best thing. But yeah, that's all I got this week.
We love you, Lisa. Hell yeah. Hail Miss Hasbro.
Thank you. She appreciates it.
Yeah, she gets a better nickname than you.
I know she does.
So,
what'd you get, Oscar?
I always go last. Bobby, what'd you get this week?
I got Mastermind Creations Synicus. And
I need to order that shit.
And I got Fans Project Swoop. Yeah.
Best ever?
Yeah, not the best either, to be honest.
What about the hip replacements it came with? Did you perform?
I haven't had a chance to utilize them yet, but you can bet your bottom dollar that I will be if they work. Because my sludge always looks like a sassy teenage girl when he's like leaned into one hip at all times.
Lean back. Back.
But
Gridlock said go to battle. I don't think so, motherfucker.
Voss is
I'm
cool.
gonna stay right here. I ain't doing shit. You a bitch, Grimlock. Sludge, why you act like that? Because you a bitch, motherfucker.
That's what I say.
Get my nails did. Let me take a selfie. Anyone got a cigarette?
Voss is cool. He's better than Azalea. But he still has like plenty of frustrations that go along with him. But I'm happy to have him. He is a little fella though.
How much was he?
For me, he was 75 shipped because I went in on that first Planet Steel Express bit.
Lucky you.
He's a little fella, man. Like he is
legend.
Like I took no.
I was like, God damn.
But like I took a picture of him.
Is he warrior class?
I took a picture of him. He's taller than the Fans Project Insecticons. But he's shorter than, say, the Warbitron or the Unique Toys Terracons. Like he's significantly shorter than them. And
is he taller than a Fall Cybertron Seeker?
I think so. I didn't put him next to a Fall. I can. He's downstairs and let you know, but he's a little fella. I had him next to Masterpiece Shockwave, the Quakewave unit, and it looked silly. It looked very silly.
All right. Well,
why do you think they made such a tiny unit?
I don't really know. I don't know.
This set's going to be another combiner. Motherfucker, I got to buy all these.
I'm
guessing. Is he a small character?
He is a small character, but I don't think he's that short. I'm guessing that it has a lot to do. If I was being optimistic, let's say. That they were trying to make his
Optimistic Prime.
If they were trying to make his alt mode, if the key to his alt mode for Mastermind Creations was that it looked good in Tarn's hand and on Tarn's shoulder, then they had to make him a specific size. Like I could see that being the case. But if that's not the case, I don't know why. He's small.
Well, can Feral Rex hold him as a gun?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes, he has like a separate piece, but even that has its problems. There's like a separate handle piece that plugs into the gun, and there's a place for it on his backpack to store in robot mode. But when you store it on his backpack in robot mode, like the shit that sits on the side of his head, like those two square boxes type things that come down the side of his head, like you have to put it off at an angle in order for it to fit on. Like it's just like, and it's dainty. It's not fragile, but it's fucking dainty. There's a lot of little small moving pieces.
Nice word of dainty.
Yeah, it's appropriate. It's appropriate.
Like meth penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Because like TF Source has it for $84.99. You're paying that for basically something smaller than a deluxe.
Yeah, like I can tell you that. I would
Cool
say
with
he's
that.
about the size of a. I would say he's probably taller than a deluxe, but he's less mass. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But because he's so skinny.
Authentic.
But he's. I can tell you that 85 plus what $10 shipping, let's say, so $95. I can tell you that for $95, you might not be 100% satisfied, because I paid $75 and I am content would be a good word.
On the fence.
Maybe I gotta cancel a pre-order.
The review's up tomorrow morning. It'll be up by this time this show is out, so you guys have already kind of seen my thoughts on it. But it's just he's cool. It's just like Azalea in that sense, where like the robot is fucking cool as shit. You can do tons of shit with it. It's like he's extremely articulated, and like I was concerned that it was going to be ball joints everywhere. They do use ball joints a lot, but they even get a little smart with that. Like it'll be like ball joints that plug inside the body of the shoulders, that come out to a peg that's pinned on a hinge on the shoulders. So the shoulders are still super stable. They're not going to wear, you know what I mean? But they're still using ball joints. Like, it's just reversed. There's some clever shit going on with it. It's just, it's awfully pricey for what it is.
Wasn't the real issue with Azalea her the complexity of the transformation and kind of difficulty, not just complexity?
Not just complexity, but the I think the fiddliness of it. Like it didn't transform. I don't feel like Azalea transforms well.
Fiddly bits?
Yeah, fiddly bits. Look forward to my new website. It's going to be a porno streaming site. It's called fiddlybits.com.
What else do you say that tickles me? What else do you say that tickles me is not a lick of paint. not a lick of paint.
Not a lick of paint.
These fiddly bits, not a lick of paint.
What'd you get, Oscar?
This week I got quite a bit actually.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
On the Hasbro front. I finally finished my C-Dub Superion.
Fuck yeah, you did.
And the gun he comes with is retarded, but you know what looks really good? That Orion Toy World Orion gun on him looks really badass. Huh?
Nice.
But I scored the air raid on eBay. So, because out here, dude, they just got Combiner War figures. And, of course, when I went to my Toys R Us yesterday, they had, of course, nothing but drag strips left on the rack.
$20?
You fucking know it, man. You
God,
a dick for that.
I know. This shit went up. I was like, what?
Yeah, and the thing is, they lowered their displays in my Toys R Us, so I guess it's visually appealing for kids. Because, like, the top part, they used to have pegs where figures would hang with, it says, come and play, grab and play. And it's just like, oh, wow. So...
And Matt's crop dusting.
So, yeah, I finally completed him. And then when I came back from visiting family, I went to a flea market, and I scored 2 Robots in Disguise figures from a flea market for $5 a pop. And they are the Bumblebee figure, which is awful. And hands down, the worst Transformer I've ever fucking owned in my entire life. Steeljaw.
Steeljaw. Yeah.
It is the worst fucking figure I've ever put my hands on. And I also got Combiner Wars Megatron from Skullface here. And
via John Garinger.
Via John Garinger, good guy. He's in perfect shape. I fucking love this dude, by the way, though.
Sweet.
I do love the Megatron, and a lot of jokes come to mind. And so there's going to be a video on that coming out soon. And that is about it. Yeah.
Cool.
I also got the Stunticon set, but I sold that.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably the same day I mentioned it in the chat.
Wow.
Got them?
Why'd
All
you-
right, they're gone.
So, because they're horrible, dude. Like, that has got... Okay, what I don't hear a lot of people talking about when they review these Combiner War figures, I give Hasbro a little credit. I love the hand/foot compatibility with all the limb pieces. Because you don't really need a certain thing a certain piece that's only a fist. These things double as a foot and a fist. Yeah, they look fucking funny, but you kind of pulled it off. I'm still getting the freaking Perfect Effect upgrade set for them still, but like Superion looks actually really good compared to fucking Manosaur. He doesn't look painful to look at. He actually looks really good for a Hasbro Combiner. it almost makes me forget about Gorillicus. And then before that, the PCP Combiner Wars. The PCC, whatever the fucking called. You remember that line that came with one fucking
Angel.
what looks like a Legend class figure and then fucking 5
drones
drones.
or something. Yeah, drones. God, that was terrible.
So those are actually really fun. This set is actually really, really fun, and I dig it. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on Slingshot, and then
Yes.
that's about it.
You have Alpha Bravo?
Yeah, I do have Alpha Bravo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, G1 in the house.
Masterpiece.
And I've been reading the Combiner War figures, the Combiner War storyline from Off Comixology, and I guess I missed out a lot because it is not very entertaining. So, although Days of Deception finale was really good, though. I love the Huey Lewis and the News homage there.
Tip to B square.
Power of Love. They actually were singing that in the comic.
Was that Bravo singing it?
No, he was not in More Than BCI, Matthew.
Damn it. He should be. He should have a Masterpiece figure already.
He's been so long, man. But on to third-party news. MMC WikiLeaks Tarn.
Yay!
Wait. Did we miss something?
Oh,
We did.
Yeah,
What
we
we
got
missed?
the,
Right.
The movie stuff.
The movie.
Yeah.
we got some bad news we gotta get
TF5.
through first.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
2017, bitches.
Hasbro confirms the Transformers Cinematic Universe. This is the first for me. Transformers 5 in 2017.
Fuck yes.
Ah.
Look out everything else. Look
Okay.
out Marvel. Look out DC. Look out, motherfuckers. TF5.
I can hardly believe it. It's probably guaranteed to be as atrocious as the last one, if not
And
worse.
we'll all go fucking see it anyway.
I hope if they go with a cinematic universe, they go ahead and just jump the shark completely and do a full-blown like multiverse with this shit. And like we have the G1 multiverse interact with the Bayverse. And then we can finally see Generation 1 Optimus Prime humanely kill Bayverse Prime in his psychopathic rage as he decides that human blood is more of a appropriate lubricant than just, oil for his gears.
Yeah. He just
I am
bathes.
gonna kill every human being that breathes.
He just bathes in it like a tribal ritual.
They don't even speak English. It's like Allah Makataba. Oh, they're like "Ah, la, 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 la." They sound like gremlins and shit.
Dude, I love Gremlins too. As a side note, I know
Like,
people hate it, but I love it.
Opening scene in part 5, we zoom in on Prime on the Lincoln Memorial throne as he's wearing human skin as a vest. I killed 75 humans and I feel fabulous. Yes. It's coming.
It's gonna be awesome. I don't care. I love it. I can't wait.
It puts its lotion on a skin or it gets the hose.
Fuck yeah, this.
Well,
They're
I
trying
just
to
don't.
sell it.
I mean, I think that they're really trying to, they see a couple things that are working, for Marvel and and now it'll be for Star Wars and and eventually it'll be for DC, and they just don't want to miss the boat. I think, but I really think that now is the time for a reboot, especially with him flying off into outer space. The end of the fourth one, like just seal the deal there. You know what I mean?
They should have just had him like wink at the camera, like in the freaking Richard Donner Superman. I am Optimus Prime. Wink. Fly away.
Superman should throw him into the sun.
Yeah.
With Batman going, do you bleed? You will.
So what was the year? What year is it coming out?
2017.
2017, dude. That's going to be a big box office year. Let's talk about 2017 real quick. So we got Spider-Man in 2017. We got Justice League in 2017. We got Wonder Woman in 2017. We have Guardians 2 in 2017. We have Thor 3 in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We have... Is Civil War 2017?
I think so.
Like, 2017, like, if the Star Wars sequel, which it won't, but if the Star Wars sequel was slated for 2017, I might need to go on medication. It's going to be intense. That's going to be an intense year for me. But and then I mean Transformers I'll get over, but you know the rest of that shit I don't even know where to be honest with you, I don't know where Transformers is even gonna fit in. You know, with all the shit that's coming out.
July 4th, where it always fits in.
You know where it'll fit in? It'll fit in when it's on Blu-ray release, and I can see it for a fraction of the cost. Yeah, that's how it is.
You know where?
No, I'm gonna wait for the Voodoo release and just pay $2.99 to get it over with.
You know where it'll fit in?
Trash can.
These nuts.
Got him. Got him.
Got it. Got him.
Oh, this just in. The guy that does the D's Nuts fucking viral video from his Vine account actually got arrested for sexual assault or attempted sexual assault. Yeah.
Right.
Got him.
Well, I'm just going to say right now that y'all are not true Transformer fans because you don't like the movie, so screw all y'all.
I thought they were fine. I don't sit there and try to look at it from a philosophical angle and then decide that, yep, my childhood's ruined because of one film.
My childhood is fine. My childhood is intact. I mean, my childhood was fucked up, but it's my childhood memories of Transformers are intact.
Yep.
You know,
I had a great childhood.
There's no problems. There's no problems there, but I do think they're shit movies.
My problem was like I enjoyed the first three for what they were. The last one I had a hard time really sitting down and enjoying. It just I don't know. So I expect I feel like everyone's gotten slightly worse, and so I just feel like this one's gonna be. I really did not like number 4, so 5 is just gonna be absolutely garbage to me at this point. So
I thought I read somewhere that they were touting that they're bringing in actual writers this time to write something creative and interesting.
They've also touted that Michael Bay wasn't going to be involved from everyone past the first one, I think, and you know that's been a lie every single time too.
Is somebody watching 60 Minutes?
Somebody's fapping.
Put your dick away, Matt. No one cares how good this isn't going to be.
Sorry.
And not for nothing, man. If that was you, that sounded like some small strokes, Mac.
No. I got you. And they're not small strokes, Bobby. They're long strokes. It's just that all the jewelry that hangs around his neck and his wrist, they're clanging. So my man's over here stroking a 10-inch plus wonder.
Yeah, what if he was like, nah, he's like, I just only do it when I play with my foreskin.
Gross.
I know.
I do have
fucking gross.
You have foreskin, Matt?
No.
Oh, thank God. Fucking anteater style.
Hello, I'm here.
Look at it, baby. It's
right,
coming out. You're doing good. And winter's going away in 9 weeks.
This is getting real lowbrow.
Yeah.
You just alienated all your listeners with foreskin.
I know. No, dudes with foreskin. Here for dudes with foreskin, there's hope. Here's the thing. So, I got a buddy of mine. And listen. So we're real fucked up. We're like in high school, drunk and you know having a party and having a good time. And he's talking about his foreskin, and like all of us are looking at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "You guys are circumcised?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, dude." Well, anyway, he goes on like because we started making jokes about him and shit, but he goes on to say, "Look, the scarred tissue from a circumcision actually restricts the growth of the male penis. So the average uncircumcised penis is bigger and longer than the circumcised penis." And he goes into all this all this data and everything else about how there's more sensations, there's this and that. It's it's da 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 da. And a buddy of mine who's like a complete asshole, the same guy who walked into my basement and said, "Well, this place is fucking stupid." He looked at him and he was like, "Hey," he's like, "Let me stop you for a minute and just tell you, I'd rather have a short, tight penis than a long, luncheon-looking penis."
Well, you know what they say. If you're circumcised, you are Jewish. And you know what that means. You go in the oven. You will burn. Burn for these low prices. Low over at tfsauce.com.
Good night, folks.
On to something better.
Enough circumcision talk.
Yeah, enough fucking Bay talk, period. NMC WikiLinks Tarn, which actually looks really good. And supposedly they're taking down photos because that face has traits that resemble that of the Decepticon logo.
Yeah, well, doesn't Tarn's face have traits that are similar of the Decepticon logo?
Yes, in the comic book, it is basically the Decepticon
Right.
insignia as he wears as a mask.
So what are they going to do to unfuck that?
Give it.
Well, that's just rumored. That's why they took it down. You don't really know why they took it down.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Like the one that showed his full body, it does look a little unfinished for MMC.
That's a CAD. So
right. But they said in their statement that they hadn't refined it yet or whatever. But it does. I mean, it looks the part though, right?
Yeah. Yep. I dig it. It looks really imposing. Nice little robot mode there. I fear he may have a bunch of back kibble, but
yeah, it does look like that. Like if you look between the elbows and the waist,
it is a lot of platform back there, which means back kibble, which is not Decepticon justice.
It's really just his brow.
What, the symbol?
Yeah.
In the comics, he even has like the line is more angular for the mouth. Like instead of that like trap jaw face he's got.
Yeah.
He looks like
trap jaw.
He looks like He-Man's trap jaw.
Stop, John! Stop, He-Man!
The fucking Skeletor. Yeah, He-Man.
He-Man. You want to go grab a drink sometime or something? What? I'm nothing.
Dude, there's this one He-Man.
Why does my loincloth tighten around He-Man? Sorry.
There's this one He-Man episode where like this like creatures, like it was like a plant. It was like from another place. It like started attacking Eternia, and He-Man tried to reach out to Skeletor to like team up to beat it, and Skeletor like wouldn't have it. But then like the plant like attacked Snake Mountain. So like it's funny as shit. I wish I could find it, but like Skeletor contacts He-Man through that like magic pool that he always looked in. And like he has like this most like casual conversation with him where he's like He-Man, it's me, Skeletor. I would like to talk to you.
Yeah, about the other night. It was a mistake. Look, I'm seeing Evelyn, and she's really uncomfortable around you. And well, I'm not gay, kind of. I don't know. Call me.
I like balls,
dude.
Oh hell, Skeletor.
Evelyn was probably my first childhood crush. True story.
Mine was Alyssa Milano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's that from Who's the Boss days, man. Woo.
Yeah, mine was the girl from Never Ending Story, the princess. Yeah, that's your favorite too, Justin.
The childlike princess.
The princess, yeah.
Fucking pedo. You're sick,
I was a kid when it came up. Man, fuck you.
You were.
You like a cartoon character? Go fuck yourself.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, that is
I need to do some research here. Matt Baldwin.
Matt Baldwin X Falcor. There was some dirty photos.
I was like,
DeviantArt.
when Never Ending Story came out, when that come out, like 85? I was maybe 10. I was 9.
Oh, I'd rather you be 10.
I'm picturing a young like Matt Baldwin watching this movie going, "Hi-yo Hasbro, that's one good ass looking bitch."
Damn right it was.
And then in comes Atreyu with his fucking shirtless vest. Gay?
Falcor, yeah!
Then Atreyu's like, "Do not worry, Falcor. The moon, the star, the skies will come, and we will holler. For our tribe is strongest there is, and oh shit, the princess. Gotta save her."
I love the what is it, Mork, whatever the fuck his name is, the fucking wolf. He's badass.
Yeah.
Anyway, so trap jaw mouth here, yeah. Nice head sculpt design for MMC Tarn. I could, if the rumor is true, I could kind of see why they're making it fit. Having it fit, you know.
Well, you know what's interesting is there's an argument about whether these figures are copyright infringement or not. But when you slap a trademark logo onto it, or you sculpt it in, then it becomes a trademark issue as well. And I can see them maybe becoming more concerned about that.
But I wonder what they'll do. And I'll tell you what else concerns me is those hips are just like Boss's hips. They're pinned on a hinge that swivels at the hip. And I'm hoping that this is a big enough figure that they wouldn't need to do that.
Well, isn't what's his face, man? Fucking Hexatron the same way with his fucking hips. He's in the back of my fucking shelf.
Yeah, I haven't messed with him in a while. But I thought his hips were ratcheted, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Maybe they're not. It's been a while. It's been a while, like years since I've picked him up.
People have been, that collect KOs. They brag about the KO Hexatron, how there are improvements on the original mold, like ratcheted hips and stuff.
Well, there should be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, at least you've done something with it.
Right. Like, if you come along and steal somebody's whole shit, the least you could do is dress it up a little bit.
What do you guys think about that with KO on a 3P? Is that
well, this
any
ain't the
different
first
than...
time. Like they used to knock off Fans Project shit all the time. Nobody's knocking off this bullshit Soar. Swoop. I can tell you that.
Or any of the Dinobots. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, but I think it's a shame with Hexatron. The same way I think it's a shame that they knock off all these masterpieces. Like when something is really fucking well done, I'm like, damn man, that sucks. It's just unfortunate.
It's kind of like par for the course anymore, but yeah, it's totally like, I don't know. I feel bad because like should like taking the masterpieces, like if the KOs ever were being sold at such a level that it actually harmed the sales of the official thing, and then that caused the line to end, it's like, that would be just the worst thing to have happen, So, same thing goes for the third-party knockoffs, too. The good ones, at least.
What amazes me about anti-3P, people who are, like, really anti-third-party, and they call it, it's basically like knockoffs and cheap copies or whatever.
Yeah.
But they'll collect KO MPs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I, for a while, was calling third-party figures high-quality knockoffs. The ones that looked really a lot like popular characters that they were homaging back in the day. So basically it took me a while to notice that I don't think Hasbro's going to be doing a Predaking anytime soon that isn't a giant fucking dragon. So
yeah. Or a boss.
Yeah, or any fucking Decepticon Justice Division member that isn't going to be a shitty fucking redeco of like, breakdown.
It's a beautiful redeco. Not my balls. The Renderform Stunticon weapons, Menasor heads, and more.
Yeah, that's absolute shit. Also,
I actually
those fucking lips, man. On that one picture,
I haven't. I'll be honest with you, I haven't even looked at this yet.
Look at number 12. Look at them lips. Suck a big old dick.
I don't like.
It looks like a grumpy old gay samurai.
Yeah.
It really does.
Samurai.
There's your show title, Justin. Grumpy old gay samurai. That shit's gonna stand out on the iTunes search.
Wait, 12 is that's an animated.
That's animated Menasor head. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does have
the dick sucking lips.
He does have some lips on.
DSLs, man, DSLs.
But I'll tell you, the other one isn't much better. Like if you go to 10, like shit, like
look at my short horns. I'm gonna stab you with my little short horns.
I mean, I don't blame the guy for trying to.
For the fastest Menasor review ever, be sure to go to youtube.com/OscarNJBoy.
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's a hit.
Now the Menasor gun looks good.
Which one is that?
Like if you go to 20 or 19, like that looks the part. Like I wouldn't even mind giving my M3 that gun if he held it.
That's not a bad gun.
Yeah, it looks G1. Looks like an updated G1. It looks the part.
You have to buy the whole set to get that gun. Like,
Yeah. I'm not getting it. I'm just saying.
Little horns and dick sucking lips.
And how many heads come with this thing? Because there's spiky head.
I don't even know why they're adding the animated Menasor head, because that would not go well at all with this set.
The animated Menasor set's not actually, her head is not something that's coming with this set, it's something that Vangsta is releasing in some limited quantities sometime pretty soon.
For the fucking BotCon set of like forever ago?
I know, which the only appeal to that was if you release the rest of the crap to make it actually have some kind of combining.
Yep.
You know, but
I'm sure it'll go. I'm sure it'll go for this.
No, I don't. Well, I guess you could probably put it on there, but I don't think it's supposed to.
No, I'm absolutely. I would bet money. I would bet money that it's just to try to give this guy an animated look.
Which is pointless.
Yeah, but you can't put an animated head on a non-animated body and call it animated.
I bet you can.
If you got enough Mountain Dews in you could.
I'm not saying it'll look good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, when you get that high fructose corn syrup flowing through you, anything is possible.
I mean, if he did all the engineering to somehow make all those parts of that animated set combine and be limbs and all, I mean, that would be impressive. But I'm pretty sure this is just gonna pop right on the old Motormaster head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, even more like shit than it does now.
Good luck whoever gets this.
They all look like short bus helmets with spikes in them.
I'll ride behind the short man.
Beans.
That main picture, though, just like the look on his face, like I'm not entirely sure that's an upgrade over what's already offered. You know, like it's not good, but
yeah.
I mean, you know,
what you call it, the real head, like,
Jetfire's gun looks good too.
Yeah, I like it.
The problem I have with
I like the one that's
stuff,
on there,
though,
man.
The things I have that are a problem though is you get like two pieces, like you'll get a gun and the head, it'll be like $46. You know, I'm like, that's a bit too much.
Yeah, no, it's just a lot of. I mean, this set is just. I mean, it's asking to be upgraded, you know, in so many ways. But I'm just not sure if I've seen the perfect solution yet.
I don't think there is one.
I'm not sure.
Well, Perfect Effects upgrade set looks a lot more appealing than this.
Yes, but even that doesn't fix like the, you know, like I feel like the only way to really fix that thing is to get the Lone Wolf, if that even works, right? To get, I mean, not that it doesn't physically work, but I mean if it holds everything together well.
Who was it that reviewed the G1 Hexatron, I think his name is. He reviewed the Lone Wolf, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that guy must have patience for a test shot, because I was watching that review and I was ready and willing to throw that thing against a wall.
Yeah,
So,
well, I think I spoke with him this week, and because it sounded like he wrote this comment like in, you know, language like, let me make this clear and all this shit. I thought he
put you in your place.
Yeah, I thought he had a fucking attitude, but you know, but then like we.
You don't come at Bobby B like that.
But it wasn't the case at all. He was just. I think he took. You know, he took. I think the word that I used was relationship, and he took that. He wanted to make it clear that they weren't like buddies or, you know, getting hookups and shit. But I think that, like, you know, it was a test shot, so I think that was part of the problem with the patience thing. But I don't even know if that will hold, you know, like the stability of it will hold the limbs well and all that shit. But let's say that it does. I think that if you got the Lone Wolf set and you got the Perfect Effect upgrade set for the feet and hands, then you might have a decent Minotaur on your hands. But you know, that's a lot of money.
It's $180.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you're
$180
really,
plus the $100 you already spent on the figure, so now you're at $300.
and you could go ahead with that money. You could go ahead and buy the Fans Project Intimidator set, which is superb.
Yeah, and the Fans Project Minotaur set isn't perfect, but it's. I mean, at least everything is a bit better. You know, like every individual piece, there's just more going on. It's more interesting. It's more, you know, there's just more there.
It looks more G1.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if it's more G1, to be honest with you.
I think it does.
And
Lone Wolf.
It's gonna look fucking anyway.
It's more G1 than the Combiner Wars one. I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about Minotaur.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the like as a set completely. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at like the individual bots, you know, they like hardly any of them look really G1. You know what I mean? They look like this. But
on the same hand, the Combiner Wars barely look like their G1 counterparts either. I mean, when did drag strip have the bloody eye thing going on, and
Right.
you know, when did off road exist? And
it's a she, by the way.
Off road was in every fucking episode. Come on.
But I'm looking at
Like, Bravo,
you know,
man.
Breakdown and Dead End specifically. You know,
Chill
and
with Alpha Bravo.
Oh God, breakdown.
They are Breakdown's a piece of shit. But I think that they look generally closer than Last Chance or whatever the fuck their names were. But I think I'm not saying that they're better figures. You know, don't get me wrong. Like,
right.
But anyway,
I'll tell you what.
Tell us.
I'll tell you what, guys. We got some propane products and propane accessories here at Shattercast and Uncut's Facebook page.
If you weren't
a smart move, and it would also have some backlash though if Warbitron teased their Menasor right now.
You think Menasor's gonna be next though?
Maybe I think you're just full of shit there, Giovanni.
I think there's a good chance Menasor is there.
He said Giovanni.
You know you fucked up when Hank Hill calls you on your shit. I
Would
think
you
you're full of shit, you son of a bitch.
Everyone fucks me.
What'd you say, Justin?
Oh, I said I have a feeling that it is going to be Menasor, the one that comes after Computron.
Really?
But
Yeah.
It should. I mean, theoretically, it would be.
that'd be backlash if they did that right
Why
now.
not something out? Why not something out of left field like the Piranacon, Piranacon or something?
Well, just because they teased him and said it was WBO2.
And I also think that Piranacon is not going to draw as many people interest as well done. You know.
I was kind of hoping maybe Defentor would be next.
No, they're going to do a Decepticon. But I'll tell you this: if Bruticus ends up being good, right?
He will.
If he does, and they drop the prototypes for fucking Stunicons, you are gonna see a lot of M3s going on sale.
Oh yeah, eBay be flooded.
It's going on sale now.
Facebook,
That's already started. That's
I know.
already
I hear you, but I'm just saying, like this fucking Warbitron shit is so good that
it's a box, man.
If the combined mode ends up being as good as everything else is shaping up, I mean, Justin and I said this shit 2 or 3 years ago now. Justin, we were like, as soon as we saw this thing, we were like, this is a fucking game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
Justin, your voice sounds cool as shit, sick, man.
Really? I should just be sick all the time.
You got a cool voice.
Wow, way to go,
you asshole!
Hey, I wish. Because you sound so much better.
He gave you a compliment while making fun of you. That's fucking awesome, man.
I know.
Justin's always like, man, my fucking people give me a hard time about my voice and shit. But now with the fucking sick, when I just said the Warbitron, he was like, yeah, definitely. I was like, oh shit.
Barry White.
It's like Justin's Batman voice.
I know.
All right, what the fuck is next?
Unique Toys Odin combined mode, and this figure looks like shit.
What?
You think so?
I do. I hate it. It looks retarded. It looks fucking like shit. I hate it.
I think this looks better than the prototype they teased.
I think you need to get hit by a Mack truck head first there, Mac. You're foolish because this looks awful.
What
don't you like about it? What? Yeah. Exactly.
I don't. It just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't look right. It's like your third party, your expensive limbs, yet you somehow have dragon heads for knees, which I should normally say that's cool, but it's like you couldn't have done anything with them.
That's what he did.
No, but that was the character. He had dragon heads for knees.
Said if he did,
with all the engineering they have there, they could have fucking done a better job. Okay.
But that was the figure. He had dragon heads for knees.
Look, Robert, you need to shut your mouth. Okay, this figure looks like absolute ass.
See, I think that the only thing that bothers me a bit about it is it does look like the entire bird is sitting up on the shoulder.
Oh, you mean Swoop?
Oh, let's be optimistic prime here, and it's like, look, it's an arm and a parrot.
But my but I do think that my problem with when I saw the prototype was that I thought the combined mode looked too thin.
Monkey of man.
And he doesn't look so thin here. He looks a little bit
Yeah, they
beefier.
bulked him up, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think
But
I think it looks fucking bad.
I'm gonna wait till
I do
Hasbro
too.
releases a Combine Wars Optimus Prime in white and purple, and they call it Hunger, and then I'll buy my set that way. So meh.
That's played needs
Meh.
paint. I mean, but that could just be because it's an early figure. You know, the only thing I noticed, there's another picture of what Razor Claw? What's his name? His right arm. There's another picture where the wings were Cutthroat. There's another picture where the wings were on his back, which I thought was like meh, but then it showed there was some joint that was visible. Like you have to have those wings on that arm to cover a joint. So that was kind of weird. But I mean, I don't know. I think it looks really articulate. I mean, look at that chest plate. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like shit.
No, it doesn't. The chest plate, like now the chest plate, I'm guessing is going to have a lot more paint on it. It's not just going to be.
It'll be all hollow, just like Kronos.
Nah.
Yeah, I went there, Mac.
Nah.
Hey, I'm not the negative Nancy tonight. Yay.
Yeah, Oscar's in a mood, but I'm telling you, like
That looks like shit. Jeez.
these figures.
so angry.
These figures have not been hollow so far. You know, like
they're hefty. They got some heft to them.
Some very complex transformations of folding the legs out.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. That's
my transformations ain't good, but I like the set so far. I mean, all three of them are.
Troll's transformation was fucking like art, but then the other two were just like, okay, here it is.
Got a shark on my back. Call me Albrecht. You call me Albrecht. It would be wonderful.
No.
Wonderful.
It's a lot like the cartoon. I thought Albrecht's transformation was interesting. It wasn't just fold him up.
It was. I don't know. Fenrir's was the worst for sure, but Albrecht's. It was like each one was a step down.
These are the most hateful combiner set ever with all these names.
Oh.
Albrecht, Fenrir.
Well, it's all Norse mythology, right?
You just call us the Nazitrons.
Matt,
Merge to form hate machine.
I think this looks a lot better. Like I hope that you can take the wings off of that fucking Cutthroat because that is a bit much.
Oh, you
they are there forever.
No, there's a picture where the wings are arm.
Oh, I see it. It's the next picture over.
No, I don't see it. That's not on my feed.
Do you notice that weird like tan thing sticking out of the right arm with that?
Out of the back.
With that weird but do you look at that on the right arm? There's like this weird piece of Cutthroat sticking out with that odd elbow joint just poking out there.
Are you talking about at the top of the shoulder or on the back of the piece?
On the back of the shoulder.
The right shoulder. I don't know what that is. And
then you have that weird like what do you call that type of joint? It's like an elbow joint. Looks like pipes.
A hinge.
It looks like a swivel, like a universal joint on a swivel. Is what it looks like.
Just sticking out there in space. So that's why I think
wings just set better than Defensors.
Motherfucker looking like a fan project swoop for a right arm.
It does.
Out here with that jibber jabber.
I always go back and forth on this set because I do think the robot modes have looked really good on all of them so far. The beast, animal, monster mode, whatever you want to call it, those were kind of questionable, except for Troll, I think. But yeah, the combined mode's looking real good. It might end up being one of those things that, like, you know, I almost bought Troll when I was at TFCon last year, until other things caught my attention. But this is totally the type of thing that could catch my attention at TFCon again. Yeah.
There's a disparity between the way that these alt modes were displayed and photographed by the company versus what you can actually do with them when you have them in hand. And they don't look as crappy when you actually, like, Albrecht can freaking stand horizontally like he's running, you know, and Fenrir is really sinuous, almost like the Predacons. You know, he's very articulate. He's not just like a bot on his back. You know, but they didn't. Like, he gave a really bad first impression.
I can't agree with you on that. Like, you can put Albrecht horizontal, but you can't put him in like that space between 90 degrees and fucking, you know, straight up and down, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't put him in like the old school T-Rex pose. Like that's what bothers me about it. And I think Fenrir is a sloppy dragon, so, which sounds like a sex move. But I think that
You know who else is a sloppy dragon?
He's nuts.
No, I was gonna say that fucking thing from Neverending Story. But you know, that's just me.
That's a beautiful luck dragon.
No, it's a beautiful piece of shit.
But but I think that the Fenrir, I wish the Fenrir just collapsed a little bit more in a double dragon mode.
That's funny. I wish Atreyu would collapse. You know?
How much for a hand job? $20. How much for a syrupy dragon? 75. Ah, good thing I have 100. Yeah, you shit on chest, you get everything. Raff out round.
Raff out round.
I'm not as crazy about the second picture, the picture in the display case.
Yeah.
That one, the proportions start looking a little crazy to me. Like the arms look super bulky and the legs look a little thin.
Looking like shit,
Yeah.
that's why.
But I think that might be a perspective thing. But the one where he's standing on the desk, that shit looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on now. Maki Toys trench covers for Utopia.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at this.
Okay, these are basically, they're like little decoys, if you remember them from back in the day.
Yeah.
Except you could use them as erasers. But they work, they are in scale with Maki Toys Utopia, which is really cool. You know? Not really sure. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't collect these small ones, so the floor is open.
Why? What are the trench covers like?
They're Constructicons. Because they're construction vehicles. Then you have they have a little smaller size.
Yeah, but I think the trench covers are those little bags on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, probably for the screws. My apologies.
I don't know. You think? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, now that is alluring to me, but I'd have to see how much this set costs because I don't give a fuck about these little Constructicons. But I would
it's like $30, or no, $15, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably pick this up.
Let me see. I'll check here.
Gary?
It's cool they combine. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh, they don't really combine per se. They're just,
They just have it combined.
Yeah, they're just pieces you plug together. That's it. Like
there's 3 different sets.
$14.99.
So Metroplex is that much fucking bigger than. Damn.
Well, Utopia's a big boy, but it's just the scale of these guys. It's appropriate. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's appropriate. It's good scale. But I'm just, come on, dude. That you have them on a shelf where you may whack into it one day and you're gonna vacuum them up the next. So
Yeah.
It made about as much sense as the Greg Capullo Batman Bangerangs. No one sells them complete because they always lose them.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Constructicons or anything, but I would like the screw covers. They should have included those with the fucking $400 figure, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's actually, the more I think about it, the more obnoxious it's becoming.
Yep. You know what isn't obnoxious but pretty cool are these DX9 Devastator Warren Pocket set.
Oh yeah.
This is actually looking really sweet. I'm not even into it, but I'm really digging this line.
I guess this legend thing is not going to go away.
No, it's nice.
This is actually pretty sharp for a smaller set of Transformers.
I stood my Warren Pocket dudes next to a G1 Constructicon, and they're about the same size. The G1 Constructicons are like a head taller.
Right.
So they're going to scale true to the G1 toy. And when they combine, they're going to be like Voyager size.
Which is really awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah. I may consider buying this set, to be honest with you.
Oh,
they're all the figures that were released for this line, for what they are, they could do, they've been reasonably priced. So I'm kind of psyched about this. I don't expect to have the same articulation in this as, let's say, fucking, Feral Rex or something like that, but either way, it's really nice.
See, and I feel like this, the proportions bother me. Like the space between the chest and the bottom of the pelvis, I feel like it's a long body.
Wait till you put them arms in, man. Ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, maybe.
Ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, I don't think it looks too bad, actually. All things considered. I've actually heard such good things about the Warren Pocket, everything about it, that I kind of want to check out something from there. So I don't know. Maybe this will be the one thing that actually gets me to pick
Robert
something up and
buys
see
them.
what
He
it's
hasn't
like.
fucking been bitching about them, so.
What do we think the set's going to cost?
$110.
I'm thinking 150.
Really?
It's probably gonna be like 20 to 25 a piece. So
Yeah. Sadly, I was hoping to stay under 100 for the whole set.
Do they have has the Galvatron and Cyclones came out yet?
I don't think so.
I'd like to get those two. That'd be pretty sweet. Sorry, I know it has nothing to do with Devastator. I apologize.
No. Sorry. I just I think that like depending on when this comes out, like this, I don't know. If this was $150 and the fucking Hasbro one is $150.
Yeah, it's gonna make it hard to justify.
Yeah.
Like that, but still, I don't know. Looks pretty good so far, and I think if you're the type of person that does enjoy the legend scale thing, especially with the Hasbro Metroplex, then it's not a bad option to fill out that cast.
that's what makes it really fun is the Generations Metroplex. That's what makes the Legends, figures so much fun. But these DX9, Iron Factory.
Okay, real quick, I hate to interrupt, but I just got this Twitter message from Fear Corpse.
Yeah, I saw
he was like, depending on if Gigasnarl is QC riddled, I can try to get him out to you tomorrow or Thursday for a review if you want.
Oh shit!
Then he came right back with, "Yep, not gonna happen." Right out of the box, fucking legs are broke.
Dang it!
Wow.
Now,
why doesn't he send them to you now?
I don't know if that because they've been making this thing about making sure that you do something properly or whatever regarding the legs.
You're supposed to put them in the correct position, I guess, to transform it. But he just opened the box and they were just already.
Yeah, he said it's right out of the box.
Oof.
Sheesh.
Fuck that shit.
I smell Kronos making a comeback.
I don't know. I hope not. I hope not for everybody's sake, to be honest with you. But, ooh, that's. I mean, it could be an isolated incident, but it just sucks. But yeah,
like if you're just gonna blame the consumer for this obvious, like, just across the board problem, you're just fooling yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it speaks volumes about your company and your product.
Yeah. It's communicate with everybody to just fucking blame them for it being broken.
Ugh, that sucks. That's a $200 figure. Ugh.
Yeah, that would be. Fuck yeah. I'll get my money back and never buy from them again.
Unless.
This is why you should support Hasbro.
unless like I haven't asked him unless it was part of that transformation problem,
yeah, that's true.
That because
I would love to see you review a broken figure. He should send it to you broken. I want to see you still try to transform it and stand it up. But you couldn't throw it out of frustration because it's someone else's.
Yeah, and plus when I throw third party figures, nobody gets upset with me. So it's only when I throw Hasbro figures that everybody rages the war. But anyway, speaking of Hasbro,
BotCon revealed their third 2015 exclusive through a mystery egg video, which are stupid. So fucking. Hey guys, I got a giant fucking egg in here. Guess what's in it? A toy. Ooh, let's see what amazing convention exclusive we're gonna have for our $500 set is this time, and it is the loose cannon. A reveal. It's Stepper basically, and to reveal the shield mold as Jazz, or is it Ricochet? I forget which one it is.
Yeah, they're calling it. Well, I think they're calling it Rad, but it's Shattered Glass. Stepper.
Yeah.
Yay!
I kind of like it.
Yeah, but it's crazy to me. Like, Justin is kind of interested in this whole set.
Not the whole set.
It's scary.
The whole set bar one.
Rat Trap.
And
it's kind of scary. Shit's fixing to happen, I think.
I'm not interested in one.
Well, in fairness, I really like the jazz mold, and I like the like crazy colors they put out on it, like tread shot and kickoff. Yeah. So
those were
between
nice.
that,
I mean, that mold is good overall.
yeah, between that and like stepper that I already have, and like I got to get the one more.
But the plastic's got to be getting kind of.
Probably the mold's got to be degrading a lot.
Well, the next one's probably going to be a fucking jet because it's going to be their last one. I think they're using the jet mold for the last time or something.
Yeah.
I thought they already decided that on the last things that they did.
I think that's for BotCon though, isn't it? The Starscream or whatever, and I don't know. But this
next one.
This next one is to me just as uninteresting, but Justin's in on this one too.
No, I'm not in on it. I just think
he is in on the whole set.
You love it.
You love it.
They did a good job figuring something out here.
As soon as the BotCon website saw the T2RX6 IP address hit the link, they were like, "Got him!"
Not quite, but
Whatever.
We got T2. We got T2.
Yeah.
T2.
They're all high-fiving each other.
They were probably like, "Dude, fuck the screws. He'll tell people how to fix it."
All we gotta do is give him a free box set. He'll tell everybody how to fix it. Yeah, we don't have to fix shit.
We're legitimate now.
Oh my god! So this next set, the boss, is a redeco of a Transformers Prime breakdown. The only way this mold ever made it to America.
Rick Rouse.
See, and that's exactly why I think that's something that BotCon's done right. They've come up with the creative use of the mold and given the U.S. a chance to actually get it.
Yeah, after you pay like $600 in bullshit convention fees.
Well, I'm not saying it's, the best way, but at least it does bring out something that we couldn't get here. So
I could buy Rick Ross for that much money. Shit.
Ross.
Or you can at least buy him a plate of dinner at his local fucking buffet. That Austin Martin music.
Golden Corral boss.
Let me get some of them ribs right there. Yeah.
But I hear you, Justin. I don't know. I guess so. Like E for effort. I guess is kind of my.
I'll get about 3 box sets. I'm gonna sell 2 of them.
You probably will.
Yep, money bags, bitches.
Are you buying this set?
No, probably not. Not going to
money bags.
Wow.
Whoa, how'd you do that with a megaphone?
He loves that stairwell.
Money bags.
He hangs out in project staircases. Just
in case somebody gets shot. I got you, $23.
I got you, player. Let me braid your hair, pimp.
Let me braid your hair, pimp.
It's a DJ Clue mixtape. If you're from New York, you get that joke.
Hey, Clue mixtapes. I had a slew of them.
Hey, Robert, say Clue, Clue, Clue. Clue, Clue, Clue. See,
I'm saying Wiz Kakalefi.
When I see this figure, like that face sculpt, it really does kind of like bring this like nasty look to like freaking. You watch Silence of the Lambs and Buffalo Bill, and this is for magic.
Oh, dude, I love the.
So like, there's that one scene I picture this Transformer doing this. It's just. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. Yes. The Waspinator in the background. My coming over you, coming over you. I love. Shut off. Shut off.
My favorite scene in Silence of the Lambs. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on the show.
Was that one Mangina?
No,
is when
Jodie Foster shows up at his house and is like, "Sir, have you seen this girl?" He's like, "Oh yeah, is she a great big fat person?" And then she answers him like so straight face. Yes, sir, she's a big girl. I love it. Is she a great big fat person? Oh God.
I heard.
Okay.
I think Buffalo Bill Joe Dirt comes to mind. I heard he shoved a road flare up your ass. Man, nothing happened between him and me.
I always anytime like if I have the opportunity and somebody's like, you know, have you seen so and so, like some chick or whatever, I'm like, oh, she's a great big fat person.
She put the lotion on its skin, yes.
Anyway, but yeah, what you call it, just to give an update, Fear Corpse was talking to me. He said that apparently there's he's been talking to the people that he bought it from, and apparently there was a factory fuck up where they put the wrong size screws in the hips. So,
Justin, what's your address? I'm gonna forward that shit, dog.
He said it's a shame. He said everything else is sturdy, the plastic's great, awesome paint, blah blah blah.
Good job blaming the customers on that one, right? Where they realized it was their own factory.
Yeah.
That's what happens when your employees go through puberty.
So, these D-style model kits, Megatron and Seekers. I just kept this in because...
These nuts. Model kits?
That's all you want to do is say these nuts.
These nuts.
Got him!
Got him.
Got him!
I actually... I mean, I would never buy these, but I actually think they're pretty cool.
They are posable little kits. If you ever bought a Gundam model kit like I did, these are actually really nice. They're deformed. They're that super deformed line they do, you know, with the big old heads, little bodies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they look pretty sweet.
They do. I wonder how much they are.
I don't know. They're probably like $40-$50.
Yeah, they're not that fucking cool.
Is Starscream doing push-ups?
Yeah, Starscream's doing push-ups.
Fuck yeah.
Does anyone speak Honda? Because I can't read what they had in the description. But I don't know what the Jayum dropped their mic and walked off. This line is actually really, like I said, they look cute.
They do.
And I never think I'd say that about a fucking Decepticon. So you see that Megatron in the back screaming.
Yeah.
You know, I've crapped my pants. Where? So it
kind of remind me of the babalities on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's what they are. He's in the background crying because he can't have his fucking popsicle.
Who ate all my cookies? You're all gonna die. But this, like I said, they look cute. I don't know why. That's like, aw, look at them running in fear from a guy with a fucking fusion cannon on his arm.
Duh.
Starscream's like, I could do push-ups all day. I'm gonna be fucking ripped. Ah.
Yeah.
Take me, Megatron.
Oh, hell, Megatron.
America.
America. So, yeah, these are cute. I don't know how much, if they're reasonably priced, like if they're like between 30 and 40, I might pick one up for the hell of it.
You can't pick one Seeker up. You know that as well as I
No,
do.
you get the Megatron into your Seeker free.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why.
What they come in like little packs, maybe? I don't know. Like a 3-pack?
They come in like these little boxes because Barnes Nobles have these, but for the Gundam line.
Yeah, Hastings has something like them too.
Yeah.
The D-Style Megatron is $35.
See, pre-ordered.
I'm out.
Where'd you see him at,
Not
Justin?
bad.
BBTS.
Pre-ordered, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
$20 tops.
Yeah, I think if it was
Shut
like
up, Bobby,
15 or 20, I'd probably get one.
35 my ass. $20, whatever. 35 pre-order.
Now, is this supposed to that master-made Titan? Did you guys see that? I saw it on BBTS. It's like this super deformed Metroplex that transforms.
Yeah,
Do they go with him?
Probably in the same line. Well, maybe not same line, but
I think this is official.
No, it's official license type of.
Yeah, it's licensed to Kotobukiya.
Right, but I don't think the
Spread up a
Metroplex. I don't think the Metroplex is. It's actually Kotobukiya, and I just learned that recently from a Star Wars podcast.
Okay.
Whatever.
Nerd.
Kotobukiya.
Yeah, no,
But
shit, no, I earned that. I'll take that charge. Robert, no need for intervention. I'll take that charge. But yeah, yeah, maybe.
I mean, if you're interested in this, because one of the shots I'm looking at on BBTS, Master Made 002 Titan, it has a little Ultra Magnus standing next to him.
Yeah, this Megatron's so pre-ordered, dude. Come on, look at that. It's like,
Come on.
would you want to take me home? I'm like, yes, I want to take you home, you little dude.
I wish the Seekers had different head sculpts, like different facial expressions.
It's all terror.
Yeah.
And speaking of terror, McDonald's Transformers
finally.
RID toys.
Fuck yes. About time,
Finally.
man. I've been waiting.
Finally.
God damn it, McDonald's. You did me right, man.
Is there no pictures?
There is one photo of that ugly ass movie.
That's all I gotta say. Da-da-da-da-da.
Is there no pictures of the homeless?
No, just the one. It is a photo that Matthew submitted from today.
Yeah, I'm looking.
So I got my news credit, man. TFW.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because I had stock at McDonald's, so yes, they owe me for this. Anyways.
Do you?
No, I'm just fat.
I am. I'm posting a link in the chat here. The actual.
Pleasantly plump.
I gotta go ahead and give credit to 3 contributors on the TFW boards. Vulcan wrote, "They look like the regular RIDs being sold at department stores." And then Solrack333 commented, "Parents complained that they were too complicated, and so Hasbro decided to make it simpler. 0 steps." Beast Wars Fan 95 basically said, "These two sum up my thoughts perfectly." Well played.
Splendid.
Yeah, these are. I actually saw a review on these just because I had time to kill, so I watched someone's review on YouTube. And
what, did they milk the shit out of it and take like an hour?
No, actually, but it was longer than it needed to be.
Here, guys.
So.
And a bear.
But yeah, I mean, these are just like.
Oh god, look at that
unimpressive.
One. Crab one looks fucking retarded.
That's the one I got.
Really?
Clamp down? Yeah, he shoots a little he shoots his arm out.
He shoots his IQ out. Because it's fucking dumb.
No, he shoots his arm out. It's like, hey, look at me. I like him. Fuck yeah, man.
Probably got a fat one.
Grimlock, you are gonna be mine. Okay, I'm just kidding. Let's go.
All right, what's next? All right, so let's get into some discussion.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna go off the reservation a bit tonight, just because we're nerds and we're guessing that you're a fucking nerd too. If you listen to this,
that note, I'm gonna step outside and smoke a cigarette.
But Tom, fuck you.
You're not gonna chime in on Batman vs Superman?
No, I'm not. Well, but that's second. You're obviously gonna talk about the fucking Star Wars preview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, get it. Look, it's Harrison Ford. You know, that's probably the scene where he broke his ankle and almost died in a plane crash. Whatever.
Yeah, because those two incidents were, part of the same thing.
Same thing.
Oscar's in negative mode tonight.
Yeah,
I like it. I think it's funny.
Oscar, I want to thank my brother Bobby for doing that too. So. Thanks, bud.
So I still love you.
That laugh. What?
Oh, Drake antifreeze.
How did everybody feel about it?
It made my neck hair stand back up when Harrison Ford.
Yeah, man.
We're home.
That Chewie we're home shit. That shit gave me all the feels.
Yeah, I got a little excited. Yeah. It was good. I mean, Darth Vader looked like Jason from
yeah, shout out to Greg from
Jason 10 or whatever, 21 in space.
They
he showed pictures.
Jason X.
Well, what
Jason X.
When he says, "My father has it," Swage pointed that out to me, and
that means he might be coming back.
I hope fucking not, man. I really hope not.
I don't either, man. It's like, wow, he died.
That might be is that supposed to be Mark Hamill narrating?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Mark Hamill in?
I was kind of hoping to be his son.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Is Carrie Fisher in it?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Colt 45's in it too, man.
Yeah, him and his yellow ass teeth and yellow nails.
Billy D. Williams is going to be in it.
I hope
Billy D. Williams and his jaundice is going to be in it.
I hope they drug her up for it.
Wow.
Was it her or was it Margot Kidder that fucking lost her mind later in life?
She's lost her mind. She's pretty crazy.
Is she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she lost it. She did a stand-up.
I met her in real life.
Did you shake her hand?
Yeah, actually, and I had her sign this picture. She was actually super cool. She
this is you and your pet flying dragon on your shoulder. That's my kid.
Could you sign my hand? Your hands look like your balls. No, it's my hand.
I had her sign this picture, and I was like, "Could you make it out to me?" And she was like, "Sure. What's your name?" And I was like, "Bobby." And then so she got her marker out, and I was like, "Could you make it out to my nickname?" And she was like, "Sure. What's your nickname?" And I was like, "Big Pipe."
These nuts.
and
you did not.
She was like, "Oh, I'm going crazy, my bad."
I swear to God, she looked me up and down and was like, "I'll buy it," and made that fucking bitch out the Big Pipe.
Wow.
She done spent the rest of her day fighting make-believe Tyrannosaurus Rex in her fucking hotel room.
Now, if I would have said that, she'd be like, "Don't you mean big sausage?" Sausage.
She was very
breakfast sausage.
But I hear they call you STD. Why is that? Because
I love the down Star Destroyer in the background.
That was pretty cool. It just feels right. I told you that it feels right, man. When he said that shit, it just felt right.
Right.
Like it's just like, this has been, gone for what, 15, 20 years now?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. It was good. It was a good, little trailer, not too long, 2 minutes, I think, and it had everything in it. It didn't give away. All thing I didn't like was, Storm Shadow as the new Sith. I don't know. Maybe he might be cool, but
what if that's Luke?
I don't think so.
No, he's a new character.
I heard rumor that Luke. I heard rumor that Luke turned to the dark side.
It's played by that guy in Girls. The guy that's in that show Girls. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what the show is because
it's like a hipster version of Sex and the City.
Oh, sure. Take your man card out and piss on it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What can you do, guys? What can you do?
I love that shit,
dude. We were just talking about that earlier. It's so good. But my wife watches an awful lot of animated movies. Do you know what I mean? So every now and then it's give and take.
Yeah.
Right now we're balls deep in Daredevil. So, but yeah, and I love the I love the Stormtrooper. I love everything about this shit. So far, and I think that even that line that "we're home," I think it's almost like of course it's Han and Chewie back in the fucking Falcon and it feels right and blah blah blah. But it's also for me as a fan, it's yes, we are done with the bullshit phase of Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're back to the real shit.
Did you miss me, bitches? I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he says. Did you miss me, bitches? Thug life. That's all he had to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm excited for it. I wasn't really excited for it until I saw that, and now, it just, it brings you back to your childhood before, you just everything coming back together. Yeah, it's done with those fucking 3 other movies. We're past that shit. If Jar Jar Binks fucking comes in this one, oh my god, nerds are gonna fucking riot till the end of days.
I haven't been this excited in a long time. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it just had all the good feeling. And so what about Batman versus Superman?
Iron Man. I did like do you bleed? That was a good line. Yeah. Other than that,
what are your thoughts on it, Oscar? Because I think you and I are the only DC fanboys here. Oscar left. That's why she stepped out.
I'll just let me say, we was talking, and I didn't understand why, the humans were, were mad at Superman. But I remember, I was like, he destroyed a lot of shit in his movie, and they were all crying about because he killed fucking, what his name was, Zod. And I'm like, dude, did y'all not see how many fucking buildings he fucking knocked down? I mean, there were fucking people in there. He killed fucking thousands. And then y'all want to cry a little bitch because he fucking killed one guy. I think
it's a little different, right? Because the context is.
I know, but it was funny.
We're on the Superman issue. I see.
Yes. What were your thoughts on it?
Let me crack open my Mountain Dew. There we go.
There you go. Get her.
Bottom line, I'm looking forward to the film. Everyone having a fucking big old wedgie up their butt because it's Ben Affleck really needs to shut the fuck up. Because A, they're probably people that will never be actors. B, they'll probably never be actors. So Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, I think is It's a decent cast. You know, I'm not mad that he's fucking Batman. If you ever read the fucking Dark Knight Returns, you know why he's wearing that armor where he sounds like he's a fucking, you know, like he's from Cybertron. You know, do you bleed? You will, you know. Whatever.
I'll tell you, I'd be okay if he had a synthesized voice every time he wore the bat suit.
Yeah.
They actually did that. Here's some random comic book knowledge because it gets me everywhere in life. They actually did that for the Smallville comic book version of Batman. Like, he had a synthesizer voice that disrupted his voice so you can never really hear what he sounds like.
Right, I'd be okay with that. And I you know what I love about this fucking thing? I love the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love how fucking heavy it is. Like, I know that people criticize DC movies for being quote-unquote joyless and dark and blah, 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 but, like, I like it.
But isn't that why they like Daredevil? My little meme fucking...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Are people still upset? I mean, I think Ben Affleck is going to be good as Batman. Are people really still mad? Because it's been fucking a year. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I think he's going to be good. I think that, like...
I think he will, too. I like Ben Affleck. He's not really been in a bad movie except for Daredevil. Other than that,
that's not his fault either. Like, it was made clear.
Yeah.
It was Fox's fault. They fucking chopped it up the way they did. If you watch their director's cut, there's not much of a difference except you see how Matt uses his abilities to solve crimes, and you get to see how much more ruthless the Kingpin is.
Yeah.
The big difference between the two films. Daredevil isn't necessarily a really bad film. You understand? Whereas the Netflix series, because it's a series, a TV series, they can take their time telling you the origin and giving you character development. All these movies have a fucking time frame. They can't fucking make a Superman movie that's 3 hours long and fucking spend like an hour and a half of that time just on his fucking origin. You'll be bored out of your mind. Because you paid to see Superman, not some fucking farm boy coming of age with his fucking powers.
Yeah.
You know, that's why Smallville was kind of a hit, why it kind of sucked, because the first few seasons were like him learning to work with his new powers, but he spent more time with the whole, I'm scared to ask Lana to the prom type of shit, because it was a teen drama. It's how it was marketed. That's why that shit took precedent over everything else. But that Batman movie's got to be fucking sick.
And I get the impression that, like, it is like a Batman, like, out of retirement. You know, like, Affleck's hair is gray, and, you know, like, he's looking at the bat suit like he's going back to it. You know, it's very Dark Knight Returns. Like, I think it's going to be fantastic.
Do you think they'll ever go to a Batman where he's a little younger? You know, why they always got it when he's getting old? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they just did a movie where he was just getting started.
Yeah,
Matt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
he spent a big chunk of his life learning those martial arts. The shit isn't like on a 9-month course like a fucking, you know, bullshit degree.
Like, for most Batman fans, like, we've been waiting to see a movie about Batman where he is at the top of his game. That's my only real complaint, is that this isn't even that Batman. Yeah. You know, this is a Batman on the downside of the bell curve.
Yeah. Okay.
But at least he's already learned his tricks. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I'm super excited about it. I love the tone. I love how heavy it is. I love how real the fucking consequences and repercussions feel. I couldn't be more excited. Like, it's not as flashy as most of like the Star Wars trailer, for instance.
Of course.
But it's fucking heavy.
You know who I hope sees this movie and gets inspired because of recent events to fucking go back into writing good comics would be Frank Miller. Because a huge chunk of the whole first season of fucking Daredevil was taken out of The Man Without Fear. You understand? A lot of that shit came out of the Man Without Fear storyline that Frank Miller wrote and John Romita Jr. drew. The outfit, for one, you know, it just wasn't a hoodie sweater. It was just a fucking Under Armour. But the whole outfit was taken out of that fucking storyline. Just like the Bruce Wayne with gray in his hair is taken out of The Dark Knight Returns, an older Bruce Wayne, you know? Right. The suit, just that scene where he's looking up at Superman with the fucking glowing eyes. That's basically the suit he wore in his final throwdown with him at the end of The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Hey, is Superman going to slap the shit out of Batman, hopefully?
I think it'll be one of those movies where they fight in the middle of it, and then they end up working together.
Up, obviously. Yeah.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna be good. And I ain't gonna lie, I hated fucking Zack Snyder. When I saw him fucking do George Romero's Day of the Dead, and apparently convince everyone that if you die and you're a zombie and you decay, you still have abilities that rival the average Olympian athlete. You know? And then when he did Watchmen, I really hated his ass for that because he sold the shit like a superhero romp when it's not. It's a fucking murder mystery. But when I saw him he was picked up for Man of Steel, I got butthurt.
Watchmen is a masterpiece.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It is.
No.
Ooh, nerd fight.
It's not.
It is. It is.
How so?
It's fucking epic. Like, the scale of that movie is unparalleled in any other comic book movie.
It didn't have an octopus at the end. What the fuck?
But I think that's the smarter
It's not
choice.
the octopus. It's what Ozymandias goes through when he's in the process of creating the octopus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is why my argument's always going to be that Watchmen would have been a better like Sci-Fi Channel TV movie series like they have. Like when they did Oz, it was like this trilogy of films, 6 hours long.
Nice.
They could have, for every installment, they could have focused more, and they actually could have brought, because that's what made Watchmen so good. Not only was it a dark story with social commentary and like the ultimate what if, like, you know, what if we won Vietnam and shit like that. It also had that comic book appeal because this giant fucking octopus with psychic powers landed in New York, died, and murdered millions of people. Instead, they went with, I've created these bombs that simulate the energy signature of Dr. Manhattan. You know, you, John. The whole world's going to think you killed them all.
Well, because they tied that into the idea of it being like the nuclear clock, like, which was some real shit during the Cold War, and like it all kind of harkened back, and like the general point of the Watchmen, you know, like thematically, that like, is it, you know, killing one to save 1,000, is that a moral right? Yeah. You know, like that still is personified in that movie. Like I think that if that movie had the big giant squid monster at the end, first of all, if they did what you said, which is about, you know, the shit that he goes through to make this, like, I'm with you there. But the problem is that for the people that don't know the Watchmen, now the mystery is over because they know about him and they know about his ambitions and his fucking intentions.
Yep.
And the way that they did it, thematically, it stays the same, and you still have the twist for the people that don't know. And the fact that they put like the Black Freighter, like I'm only talking about like the extended Ultimate Edition or whatever, because that's the one that I watch. But like the fact that they did the Black Freighter and tied that shit in and all that, like nobody else would do that except for Zack Snyder. Like, he's such a fan of the genre that for him it's a necessity. But like, not even like Nolan, who I also love, or Goyer, who I think also takes the fucking source material very seriously, would fucking have the balls, or maybe even the audacity to like fucking approach it.
Speaking of balls, the only reason when people remember Watchmen is because of a blue dick.
No, the only reason why you remember Watchmen is because of the blue dick. That was in the comic and everything, dude.
Thank you, Oscar. You're being a dick tonight, you know that. No, I was kidding.
You thank my douchebag brother.
Yeah. But you know, he did a great job with 300. Like, I'm not like
300.
You know,
300. Like, I won't argue with you on 300. That was perfect transition, like translation, between
like, he's a fan
to film. But Watchmen just didn't do it for me, man. Being a fan of Watchmen since I was younger, I watched that movie and it wasn't the Watchmen I remember. It just wasn't there. It was missing that one thing. Like, the changes bothered me, yeah, but it didn't ruin the movie. The shit was sold as a fucking superhero romp, and it really wasn't. It was a murder mystery. You understand?
But I do understand, but the movie itself wasn't a superhero romp. It may have been marketed that way, but that's just because the shit sells. You know, like, and that's not really Zack Snyder's fault. That's, you know, Warner Brothers' fault. But it's not really Warner Brothers' fault because they're trying to make a buck, because the movie, content-wise, still is what it is.
If you read the comic and you saw the film, everyone's going to have their different opinions. My opinion is, in the end, the execution kind of came short. I wasn't happy with it. I think he put too much of his fucking 300 influence on it. Okay, for the fucking fight scenes.
I'm not sure if that's his influence or if that's just him. Like, is that a 300 influence or it's just him?
It's like, I'll put it, I looked at it this way. It's kind of like, who directed A Space Odyssey? 2001 A Space Odyssey? Kubrick. Yeah. You know, like when you discover, like, a way, something that works, and in the end you think the execution's flawless, so you constantly do it, right? Just like Kubrick constantly did a lot of scenes in the 2001 A Space Odyssey where the ships took forever to fucking dock in space. And because space is, it's a vacuum, there's no sound, so it's just silent, and you just this big thing fucking move, and you're like, yeah, that looks good. But when you do something over and over again, it's like, yeah, okay, we get it, yeah, okay, that's how that works. Scott Snyder went crazy with the fucking slow motion fight scenes that he fucking did in 300, and he's like, well, I'm gonna use a lot of this in this too, and it's like, dude, that doesn't no.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I love that shit.
300.
It was,
but Watchmen.
And I'm definitely a fan of the book. But like I'm not ignorant to the book at all. I have a knowledge of the book. I have the Watchmen fucking what are those DC versions of it that they do, the ultimate versions? Absolute. I have Absolute Watchmen top shelf in my collection. Like I'm a fan, and it did it for me. Like I am extremely. It's in my top 5 comic movies of all time.
Hey, did he do the slow mo scene for the fuck scene in the ship?
No.
He should have used it there.
No.
But
although that Smashing Pumpkins song was pretty dead on, I really
fuck yeah. I'm not even a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, but I became one after that fucking trailer.
Yep. But what I was getting at, I was, again, my opinion, I wasn't happy with 300.
Right.
But 300 was Watchmen.
Right.
But when I saw Man of Steel again, I had reservations. I saw it. I fucking loved it. It wasn't as fucking cheery as the Donner films. Obviously everything was a little fucking darker. I thought it was a great fucking movie. Yeah, they had, he basically showed the guy who made fucking Dragon Ball the movie, like, hey, this is how your fight scenes at the end should have looked like, okay? Like motherfuckers being smashed through mountains and shit. And everyone get all bent out of shape because he killed General Zod. Superman doesn't kill. Fuck you. Have you watched the Superman 2, the Donner film Superman 2? He fucking he didn't just kill Zod and the other 2 Kryptonians. He fucking depowered them to where they're mortal and then threw them down a pit. Where it's like, they're going to make it? I don't care. Not to mention... not to mention in the comic book, fucking Superman executed Zod on one occasion, wearing a fucking lead suit with a black hood over his head and opened up a fucking lead box containing kryptonite, fucking killed Zod, Fauna, and Nam.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, like 20 plus fucking years ago. All right, yeah, Superman is fucking killed, so don't play that fucking Superman doesn't kill shit. Yeah, he does. Even in our Worlds at War, he fucking killed. He killed Imperiax. So don't even give me that fucking nonsense.
Oh no, he did.
Imperiax.
My only big gripe with Man of Steel was the death of Jonathan Kent and how they handled it.
That was dumb, yeah. I mean, seriously, like, first off, Kevin Costner did a great job playing Jonathan Kent.
I agree.
From a man who basically has as much emotion as, I don't know, a robot. Microsoft Sam. The freaking...
was awesome.
His portrayal of Jonathan Kent was dead on. I fucking loved it, except for, like, the whole... It was so anticlimactic. Gets in the car, frees the dog, and then in comes Clark. He's like, no. Yeah, spoilers. Jonathan Kent dies in Man of Steel.
What?
No.
Oh, man.
Shit.
And he doesn't, like, even more importantly, like, Jonathan Kent dies in the books too, right? But, like, he dies of a heart attack. And it's kind of important because, like, it reinforces 2 things to Superman. That, 1, you're not a fucking human. You will not have these problems. And 2, you can't fucking save everybody. And those are, like, important fucking character dynamics for Clark.
It's weird because, like, when he first debuted in the 30s, he did die. Jonathan Kent did. But then as time went on, they brought him back. And then when he died, Jonathan had a heart attack. But then Jonathan supposedly brought him back. But that was, like, all hallucination brought onto his near-death experience. And then in the comics, they gave him Alzheimer's. Which was like, wow, man, dude, that's fucked up. Then you find out it's a villain called Manchester Black that was fucking with Superman. And then he disappeared because of the Alzheimer's thing. He thought he died during the fucking Worlds at War arc. And then now the New 52, both Martha and Jonathan are dead.
Man, we are on a new level of nerd.
Yeah, you're
just ruining
That's what happens when you read comics.
About.
So anyway,
what happens when you read comics for years?
Oh, okay.
We're excited about both movies.
Yeah.
Let's I'll tell you what, let's handle this one more discussion topic and we'll save the display one for next week. But are you all about collecting a singular optimal representation of a given character, or do you collect every version release representation of that character?
That applies to all.
Matt?
Yes.
I'm just gonna let you go on a monologue for this.
What's that supposed
What
to mean?
don't I collect?
Well, you have so how many in my collection? I have 2 Optimus Primes.
Uh-huh.
I have MP10, and I have my G1.
I have you beat by a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
So you're a guy that buys multiple representations of a character.
Yes.
So
mainly, Optimus Prime, Starscream, any character, anything of him, I like. I think that there's not really been a bad Starscream character. Even in the movies, I thought he was dead on Starscream. I mean, he was this, sniveling little, backstabbing, wants to take over.
Really? He didn't really come across like that to me in the fucking live action films. He seemed really subservient to Megatron.
I agree.
A very small part.
Potatoes.
But I'm with Robert. I don't think they did nearly enough with him to drive. I think that, Matt, that you see that because you're carrying all of your fan luggage to the movies.
Probably.
But I don't think they explored that nearly enough.
Okay. Well, let's just put it this way. He's not my favorite character. He's probably one of the worst Starscreams, but he's not something that I just totally despise of. I mean, I'm always going to be G1. I loved animated Starscream. I loved Armada Starscream. I thought he was an awesome Starscream. I mean, it's just, his character from beginning to end has really stayed the same. I mean, they haven't changed it, which they do this with almost every other character. Optimus Prime, Megatron. You don't really change them. But I've always just grown attachments to Starscream for some reason. I don't know why. It's just the way he carries himself. And I liked Prime Starscream. He was awesome too. That was a good Starscream.
Okay, well, how many blasters do you have?
Blasters?
Yeah.
I mean, I got the G1. I got, whatever's probably out there, I probably have it. I mean, I have the TFC one. I mean, not TFC. I'm sorry, KFC. God damn. I mean,
you got the Unique Toys one.
Yeah, I got the Unique Toys one, which I like the Unique Toys one a lot better than a lot of people do. I like that one in the UT Galvatron. I think they're one of my favorite figs and everything. So I don't know. I mean, it's just I've always grown to Starscream, and whatever's out there, I usually get it. I mean,
but don't get hung up on Starscream because it seems like you buy multiple representations of every character.
Well, yeah, because I love Transformers.
So that's what we're saying is that you are a multiple representations of characters, and
yeah. If I had to pick an Autobot, it would be Optimus Prime, and I bought everything that what every carnation usually that he comes out of, I'll usually get.
What about Bumblebee? What about Bumblebee?
Yeah, I mean, most of the Bumblebee I've got is just movie stuff, really. I mean, I got the G1,
See, you keep
have everything of that
you
one.
keep saying it's just this one, and then Robert asked about the next one. It's like, well, yeah, I got one.
I don't know, man. I just buy Transformers, man. I don't really care.
Well, I'm not asking you to get defensive about it. I'm not
getting defensive.
I'm just asking you, what's your thought process behind getting so many representations of every character, like.
I have no idea.
Because you want all the Transformers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you look at it as like a line? Like you want to get all of a line, or do you look at it as a character individually?
I used to. I mean, I would buy everything. I mean, I would try to, but now with the AOE stuff, I bought the Deluxes and the Voyagers and the later classes. I didn't buy any of the shampoo bottles. I didn't buy any of the Legends or any of that stuff. I bought, as far as like this line, the RD line, I may pick up one here and there, but very seldom. I mean, I used to, but I just don't really have the room anymore to, even get them. So I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that question. I like Transformers, man. I'll buy it. I don't really care what character it is. But if I had to choose between Starscream and any other character to get, I would buy Starscream first.
See, I'm more of a try to get us the best representation of the character and be done. But there is shit with me that complicates it. sometimes the IDW designs are so far off the reservation from, the best quote-unquote G1 representation. And I'm so in love with that IDW character because a lot of the IDW characters are so much further embellished and developed than G1 ever did. So, like, it throws a fucking monkey wrench into my plans. Like,
have you got the perfect Stunticons, do you think?
No, fuck no. Fuck no. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what I have that's perfect. It would be probably the Takara Masterpiece stuff and the Fans Toys stuff.
So you're saying since you got those, you won't get any, like, let's just say Sideswipe as the character. You have the MP, correct?
Correct.
Would you buy any more of Sideswipe?
No. Unless somebody did it and did it better, and then I'd get rid of the Sideswipe I got.
Okay. So, yeah, you're just basically, so I'm totally opposite of you. I have Sideswipe, but he's, if another comes out, I'm going to get him. I'm right. Just saying, the MP, now, the MP is perfect. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but, it's close to being perfect.
Right,
but,
I'm with you.
I'm just going to, I'm still going to buy something else.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong answer.
I understand what you're coming from. Yeah, there's no, I know that. And what you're doing, Bobby, that's fine. I'm glad that you do that. You can stop. But for me, I'm just going to buy it anyways. So.
Yeah, like I just don't have the. For me, like the biggest enjoyment of my collection is the display of that collection.
Right.
And like it's not that I don't have the room, but I don't have the room. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want it all to be Transformers, and I don't need like this is my ArcBots version 1. This is my ArcBots version 2. This is like. If it's of a character I love, like Stunticons, like I have that's a different animal for me. That's a little bit more like your Starscream. I have the G1 Stunticons. I have the Fans Project Stunticons. I have the Combiner Wars Stunticons. I have
you don't have the perfect one. You're still searching for that. Right. So you'll buy until you find the right one.
Right. I have the animated Stunticons. I like just because I'm a fan of those characters, but I haven't. I haven't hit the mark. And combiners are a little different for me too. Like if let's say, like I love Feral Rex. I fucking love him.
Right, yeah.
But if tomorrow Takara said we're going to do a Masterpiece Predacon set, I would get them. And I wouldn't get rid of my Feral Rex, which I would just display them differently.
You'd be curious to what they would be like. Also.
Because like if the Masterpiece Predaking, if I liked it better aesthetically than I do Feral Rex, I would break Feral Rex down and keep them as animals. You know what I mean? Or keep them
so
as
you had different modes and everything. Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing with like the Dinobots. Like I'm fucking I can't get away from this fucking Fans Project shit. But I have the Fans Project Dinobots and I have the Fans Toys Dinobots. And I'm not willing to say I won't get it because I just love them so much. But for the most part, the overwhelming bit of my majority is best representation. What about you, Robert? What are your thoughts?
I'm going for the individual figure. The individual character, best representation for a really nice display. I like to look at my display. I don't want it to be too jumbled. When I first started getting back into collecting, I was collecting everything that would come out, no matter what, and it was just really jumbled. And you get the typical, mess of a shelf, even when it's organized with the big guys in the back and everybody's crowded up. I want them spaced out. I want them to look like art, art that you can play with. But I like to look at them. I'd rather have less, I'd rather have less of quality, and I don't think I'll ever get another Soundwave, or another Optimus, just like that. Right. Same idea. Same thing. Now, if they came out with a better Hot Rod, I'd get it. But then the other guy would become someone's birthday present. Yeah.
What about you, Oscar?
I'm down for the singular best representation of a character. It is very rare I got more than one version of a character in my collection. Like I had my Thundercracker Shrine for a while, but I ended up holding on to his Masterpiece figure rather than his that, and of course his Zygear, which is still here. But It comes down to the best representation of a character. If I was drunk enough and I would have thought that Hasbro Roadbuster looked better than the France Project one, I usually end up selling the one I like the least.
Right.
But that Roadbuster was absolute shit, so I ended up selling them. I can't have every version of a character because I tried doing that with the Seekers. It just gets ridiculous because then you have every fucking format, and I like order in my collection. Okay, these are my classics, these are my masterpiece. I can't have a shelf with just all this random shit, which really is what irked me a little bit when I was collecting my Thundercrackers for a while there. So I go with this best singular representation of a character. For example, Toy World Orion. I have not seen an Optimus Prime better than that besides, of course, MP10.
Yep.
So this goes to show.
And I can even get, like, if you were doing, like, if you were a huge fan of G1 and you were a huge fan of Armada and you were a huge fan of, like, all these different representations, then I can understand buying all these different representations to be like, okay, well, this, like, Orion is the perfect example. Like, Orion is a dead-on money IDW Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you were, a huge IDW fan, like, that's the allure for me. That is the nagging voice in the back of my head to pick up Orion, is because I'm such a fan of IDW, and it's almost like it could be a standalone thing. Like Warden. Like, I have the Perfect Effect Warden because the reputation of the figure was so good. The paint is, I'm a paint freak, and the paint is fucking beautiful. But that is not the fucking Fort Max that I want for my collection. I want one that's about the size of Utopia. So I'm gonna have two, but I think with Warden, for me, it was a little bit different. Like, I was just admiring the art, like, kind of like what Robert said, like the artistic kind of element of it, where it's like, man, this thing is just so well put together. And I have my complaints about Warden, don't get me wrong, but just in a robot mode, this thing is just so well constructed. Justin, what are your thoughts, buddy? I know you're sick, but
mostly it's the single representation of a character. But I mean, it's not entirely true because I got a bunch of different lines that I've collected, but I guess at the same time it is true because, like, maybe I have an Optimus Prime from Animated, but that's the representation of the character from that line. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy like going to the movies. I have the leader class, Revenge of the Fallen Prime, and I don't have any of the other ones. Or if I do have them, they're actually somewhere in an attempt to sell them at some point. Like, I only really need the one version of that character that I'm looking to keep, So, I don't know. It's kind of like a mixed answer because I have a ton of Optimus Primes. I have a ton of, Jazzes, but they're all different incarnations of Jazz, not every possible G1 version of Optimus Prime, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I mean, like you were saying, like if a Masterpiece Predacons were coming out, you would keep your Feral Rex and then buy the Masterpiece one. Like, I think we've had that discussion when it came to Quakewave. Like the rumors of a Masterpiece Shockwave coming out, like, again, it goes back to I really only need one version, and at this point, I think Quakewave is everything I need plus more, so it's almost hard to justify buying a Masterpiece, but I probably would just to figure out which one I think truly is the better version, and then just, immediately get rid of the other one, because I don't need to, so...
Now, what about like is there any character or any team or any set that's just like, this is different for me? This is something I gotta have.
Yeah, I bend a little more on Optimus Primes because he's Optimus, whatever.
Right.
And Jazz just because he's just always been a favorite character of mine. So I do like to try to pick up like the little. The obscure Jazzes, like, I have Jazzes that are dumb and who cares, but I got it because I like Jazz, so, not some, not a hot rod obsession, If you get what I'm saying. So.
Wheelie?
Yes, I have every incarnation of Wheelie that's ever officially been made.
All three of them?
Well, that was a good one too, Matt. What were you made that post on the Shattercast page, right? About favorite character and least favorite character.
Who's who do you think as far as fandom is the most beloved and most hated?
Yeah, so it's not a personal question. It's
no. It's just who do you think? I mean, it could be a personal one too. I guess which most of the guys, which thank you for answering, were personal. So I mean, you could take it either way. You could use the personal, but I was thinking, most fans, hate Wheelie or hate Hot Rod because of this or that, and most fans love with Optimus Prime and Starscream, as I mentioned quite a few times. And but yeah, I just wanted to see what everybody thought about it.
For me, I think fandom wise, I think that the most beloved character is Optimus Prime, and I think that the most hated character is Wheelie, with maybe the two ghetto bots from
Twins. Yeah, they were mentioned.
With maybe them being a close second as far as being hated in the fandom.
But it could also be personal, who you like.
But then for me personally, like my most beloved characters is Dead End, the Stunticons, and the Dinobots. Not even really the Dinobots as much as just Grimlock. And then the character that I hate the most is Cheetor.
Really?
Yeah, I hate him, man. I really do.
What's wrong, Big Bot? Fuck you, Cheetor.
Exactly. Like I don't even need to give a reason. Like what Oscar just said, it is the reason why I hate him. You know who he is? Cheetor. Cheetor is
Cheater.
The kid whose father was a coach. So he got to bat first, even though he struck out every fucking game.
You know what Cheetor is? He's that really, really good Christian kid that just reminds you how everything's against the Bible. Hey guys, let's do this. Not so fast. Jebediah 23:35, whatever. That says you can't do it. I'll tell my dad.
I actually liked Rat Trap less than Cheetor, but
Rat Trap was just as annoying. That fucking voice. Hey, Jibba Jabba.
I mean, I don't want to say that there's a huge disparity between the two. Like, I didn't really care for either of them, but Rat Trap grinded my gears a little more.
Beast Force was fucking awesome.
Beast Force was good.
And Wheelie also pisses me off, but Wheelie has now gone up a few steps in my book just because of Adi. Because no.
Tell me all about Ollie, bro.
Because of IDW and like how they explain he
was traumatized. That's why he speaks in rhymes.
Exactly, like all that. Like I dig that shit. I'm in now. They've sold me on it. But what about let's go round robin. What about you, Robert, for the fandom and for you personally?
Okay, the most loved and the most hated.
Yes.
I guess I gotta say I love Soundwave because I do think he's a silent badass. I think you never know what the guy has up his sleeve, and he's not in charge by choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's behind the scenes, and and then with Soundwave comes all the tapes. And fucking Rumble can go with anybody. He'll send you down a crevice and fuck you up. And who I hated the most, I think I gotta say Hot Rod. Because as a kid, growing up, he's the reason. He's the reason.
I knew it. Oscar was gonna say so.
He's the reason why Optimus was killed. So I was like, you fucking asshole.
No, it wasn't. Get on that bullshit.
Don't get on that bullshit.
And fandom wise, I think you got Optimus is the most loved, and I think Bumblebee is the most loved and hated.
Yeah, that was a lot of people's the movie Bumblebee, which I love the movie Bumblebee, but
I fucking
whatever.
hate him.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think the best part about movie Bumblebee was that he couldn't talk.
Yeah, and then he could.
They made it worse.
Couldn't again. And
Oh yeah.
They made it worse. fucking
got that throat cancer. Them Newports fucked him up.
like Prime Soundwave couldn't talk, and it was
Oh, he did. He did. He took a vow of silence. There's actually an episode where he does speak.
Right.
It's Frank Welcher voicing him again, which is awesome.
And that's when he says that the Autobot's inferior,
Decepticons.
Soundwave's inferior.
Yep.
That was fucking awesome.
What about Justin?
So, I would say for my personal preferences, I would say that Jazz is definitely my favorite. I've been pretty clear on that. For least favorite, it's tough. I kind of want to go with something that is a little more, not likely to be someone's answer. So I'm going to go with the Prime RID smokescreen because he takes everything that you could say that was bad about the G1 Hot Rod and even has less personality, So I think he's awful. In terms of
it's giving Justin tuberculosis cough.
Yeah, he's killing me slowly on the inside. For the fandom, I kind of echo the Optimus Prime. I mean, he can do no wrong with the fandom for the most part. And you could see that, when something controversial like Murder Prime from the movies comes up, like people really take a stance on that type of thing, and understandably so, but get upset when Optimus says he'll kill you and stuff like that. So obviously he's by far one of the most beloved. If not him, then it has to be either Megatron or Soundwave. But I think Optimus is the clear winner. For most hated, it has to be Wheelie. I mean, and you do bring a good point with IDW kind of making him more endearing and stuff, but I just think so many people just still hate that robot from, 86. So
yeah.
Every time I read those issues with him in it, when Rodimus bumps into him, I hear that annoying voice from the cartoon in my head saying those fucking lines. It's like so fucking annoying that even IDW in their greatness cannot solve that.
Right. So Oscar, you go ahead.
Why don't people? I mean, you hate Wheelie, but what about Redgar? He was doing the same thing.
No, he wasn't, dude. First off, no. Redgar
He didn't run. Well, I mean, I guess he didn't run, but he was talking TV. But
yeah, that's why, because he lived on a planet. The only way they learned anything was watching television. So they honestly thought that people who spoke like this was their normal way of talking. All right. They didn't fucking comprehend that. They were just like, oh, that's how they talk. Let's watch TV. That's how they fucking did. So, yeah, I don't give him too much shit for Redgar. But my favorite character is Rodimus. So screw all of you. I thought he was screwed by the writers.
Sucks balls.
So everyone's forever. And no, he wasn't responsible for fucking Prime's death.
Yes, he was.
He was trying to help. He's trying to help. He's trying to help. And even way, you could play that scenario out as all as you want. Like, what if Rodimus stood there and didn't do a damn thing? Megatron will still pull out the gun and shoot shit out of Optimus Prime,
Objection, speculation.
Yes. Clearly, given fact, Exhibit A, my middle finger. But I like Rodimus Prime.
I would love to do that in court. Like, let me direct your attention to Exhibit A and just fucking give him the finger.
Fuck you, Your Honor. Defense rests. Are you trying to fucking kill me? But basically, the most hated character of all time for me. No, it was not Hot Rod. Shut the fuck up.
Can I jump in before you get to the hated character?
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually kind of am with you. Like, outside of Jazz, I actually do like Hot Rod, Rodimus, probably second. And I think he's kind of underrated. Like, while Optimus Prime was that like father figure and everything, like, I think that Rodimus was like a tragic, not a tragic leader, but like he was a flawed leader. And I think that was an interesting thing to do with him that was, underappreciated. Like the leader who's always questioning if he's living up to the great one who's come before him,
Yep.
and I think he's in that regard was way undervalued.
He's like the uncle that touched you.
You know what I hope they do? For all you fucking Rodimus haters, I hope Transformers 5 comes out in theaters. Optimus dies, and Rodimus comes out, and he behaves just like Optimus Prime in the G1 cartoon. And you guys will be like, whoa, that was awesome. And then I'll be like, my dick, you can suck it.
Uncle Toucher.
So, yeah, my most hated character in Transformers history was probably that fucking crab from RID.
You should have said the whole RD, the moose.
Yeah, the whole series RID. There is no singular character there. Even that Jazz looks fucking weak. Like, you know, it's probably voiced by Phil Lamar because Scatman Crothers is dead. You know, he's hanging out with Leonard Nimoy now. Probably have nothing to fucking talk about. But you know, yeah, rip, bro. But
Rip.
The entire like cartoon series of RID, because it is. It reminds me too much of fucking Transformers, Energon, and Cybertron with the fucking 3D cell rendering type of animation, which works for video games, not for fucking cartoons. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work well. It always looks ridiculous, and it does. The toy line's fucking horrible. Gosh, look at the steel jaws. Fucking look at it. He has a tail. Like, why do you need a tail when you're a fucking... Never mind. What's important here... Shut up, Matthew. What's important here is that entire series is horrible.
It was Matt.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to hug you in October. I can't wait. Can't wait to hug you.
Can't wait to mace you in self-defense and then make sweet love to you on the ground as you thrive in pain.
That hurts.
All right, go ahead. Did you do the Phantom?
Oh, I don't know what they think. Man, that shit changes all the time, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's IDW shitting on now? Well, Brainstorm's probably everyone's favorite. Shit here. And Wingblade is everyone's least favorite because it's a girl. And remember, we're fans, so we're misogynists by default.
There you go.
Yeah, girls are
Hashtag
ruining
SJW.
Transformers.
Yeah,
they got cooties. Fuck them.
You know, like these guys fuck each other, but it's not gay, so it's all right.
Gross.
So yeah, like I don't know what the fan base loves, man. I just know what I like out of the comic books and out of the fucking series, and you know, like I love the Rodimus more than meets the eye. I fucking adore that character. Come on, there's a Spark Eater on board. We're all doomed. It's like 3 panels of in there. Then he smiles and he just goes, "Cool."
What about you, Matt? Have your
I mean, you know, my favorite Starscream. Everybody knows. My least favorite. Yeah, least favorite Starscream also. No, yeah, it's got to be Wheelie or, you know, the RID line is pretty bad. Fandom wise, you know, a lot of, you know, Optimus Prime is going to be probably the number one. Then you got, you know, after that, it's probably Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream falls in there. Bumblebee's going to be up there too. A lot of people like Bumblebee. So yeah, that's about it.
All right. So Daniel L asked, what's up with PE's, I don't know, Scorponok. And I don't think it's canceled. Does anybody else think it's canceled?
No. I mean, remember they were kind of sporadic on the Utopia for a while too. Remember?
Oh, what was the Warden?
Yeah. Was Warden?
Yeah, but we saw a lot more stuff in Warden. We've only saw like a couple pictures at the most.
Remember, we saw a CAD drawing of fucking Leonidas. Now, how long was it till we saw the pictures that have been surfacing like crazy now?
Well, it certainly seems like that's going to come first.
I would hope so, as I fucking want that figure.
Anyway, so yeah, we haven't heard anything.
We'd like to.
We'd like to. We're in the same boat as you. We don't have any connections. Like the same shit that's on your Facebook feed is on ours.
Yeah. I mean, when we got a chubby, when we saw it, I'm sure you got a chubby too.
Yeah. And then our good friend Brink asks, what third-party MPs are in the works? So let's try this, okay? All right, so the Dinobots from both Gigapower and Fans Toys. X Transbots has Cyclonus, Scourge, Beachcomber, Megatron, possibly Brawn, Powerglide, and Cosmos coming.
Damn.
KFC has the Junkions coming, Retgar coming, and do they have something else?
Blaster, the blue blaster.
Twin Cast.
Twin Cast.
Make Toys has Chrome Dome, Inferno, and Hound coming. Fans Toys has Perceptor and Reflector coming. Bad Cube has Warpath and the Insecticons coming. Fans Toys has the Insecticons coming.
KFC has a Reflector too, don't they?
KFC has Reflector coming.
And don't they have Insecticons too?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Give them a week.
Yeah, give them a week. Yeah. Next week. We got CAD showings of Insecticons. Fuck.
Is there anything else? I know there's people listening right now, like screaming at the fucking the iPod.
Did you get the MMC?
Nope.
Mirage?
MMC Mirage. MMC Mirage is coming.
Sunstreaker. What about Sunstreaker too?
Omegonic Sunstreaker.
The Firebirds from X Transbots. Tailgate.
Yep. Tailgate and Windcharger from X Transbots.
Oh, you did say Inferno, didn't you? Yeah, you did say Inferno.
Yes, I did get that one.
Shit, that's a fucking lot of fucking MPs.
I think that's it.
As far as the big boys, yeah. Or who's ever.
What
still
about
making shit.
does the MMC Scorponok count or no?
The Make Toys?
Oh, Make Toys. Sorry.
No. I mean, you know, I make that bitch count. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker.
I get my shoehorn out and I fucking make it count, but no.
So then you got the Stunnicons, right? Didn't Warbitron's making the Stunnicons, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's that I would say that Warbitron stuff, just like the Unique Toy stuff, is like it's kind of like that Voyager P scale.
Yeah, I don't consider.
Oh, right.
I don't consider all you just named really. I mean, they're not really masterpiece. I mean,
Which ones would you say are not?
All of them.
Really?
I mean, they're not.
Even though Onslaught scales with fucking MP10 Optimus Prime.
Even though
You sick fuck.
Leave that out of it. You don't think fucking Fans Toys?
Okay, I give Fan Toys. I give them because they're good. I just don't think Bad Cube with fucking Warpath in them. I don't consider that a fucking masterpiece.
I don't know.
I mean,
That bad Cube Braun. He's the Braun.
No, I don't give that.
He's not the bomb. He's good, but he's not that fucking that. Yeah.
I say 80 to 85% when you just named. I would not label them just because they're as tall as a masterpiece doesn't make them a fucking masterpiece. Fuck that shit.
I agree with you there.
I mean, some like I just said, Bad Cube, and then you got this, the Sunstreaker, and then
the Make Toys stuff looks on the level.
Maybe. I'm at Fan Toys. I will give
TFC. TFC has a Hound. Did I say that one?
No, you didn't.
And Ironhide.
Would you label them masterpieces?
I don't know about them quite yet.
Polygon's not out yet.
Man, some of these companies, like I said, I'll give you Fans Toys because they're beautiful, and yeah, I would label them masterpieces because they are, the way they transform and just, the transformation and stuff. But a lot of that shit, no, I don't consider them a masterpiece at all, man. Whatever, that's just me though.
Okay, so, and to do our shout-outs, shout out to at Fear Corpse, and shout out to Sway66 and PlastiqueFreak.com. Shout out to TF Prototype and Third Party Crashers. Shout out to G Toys. Shout out to I'm not looking at the list. I'm trying to see if I can remember them all. Third Party Unlimited, run by Antoine on Facebook. Shout out to Dezefticon. What else? What else is there?
Robot.
Shout out to Dub K Toys and I'm Ratchet.
Yeah.
Is that it?
You say Plastic Freak?
Dude, that Sway 66, man, he's been putting our shit out there a lot, man.
Yeah, man,
good shit. And you know what? I want to say shout out to people that actually, I was gone for a little bit and actually said they missed my voice, and I really do appreciate that. To come in from, I'm not anything big. I'm just a transfer player.
Well, wait a minute.
I am fat, but anyway, and you know what? I still can lose weight, but you still won't have hair. And I just want to say I really appreciate, the people that said that, they missed me and stuff and everything. I really do appreciate that. I mean, I really, from the bottom of my heart, I mean, it makes me feel good. Anyway.
Gay?
And gay. Sorry, you go on. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, if we missed you, we'll get you next week.
Yeah, we always do.
Shout out to our core Shard team. Like the people that are constantly,
Justins,
all the Justins, and Yule and fucking Magid, and there's a ton of people like Jared and
we're
James.
getting new people. There's more people talking.
We're talking every week, so as long as people keep listening, we'll keep doing it, right? Oscar, go ahead and take us out of here.
Well, as always, you go ahead and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. We got it all. Just go ahead and Google us at Shattered Cast Uncut. And if you have don't we have a dispatch we need to play?
Yes, we do have a dispatch this week, so we will play that at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. As always, you want to send us a dispatch, send it to at ShatteredCastOnline, right? That's our email, ShatteredCastOnline@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yep. Should note that on there because it's hard to remember. Because derp, that's why. So as always, for the sake of premise, please collect responsibly, be good to yourselves and each other.
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Scourge is a bowling shoe? A bowling shoe? I thought he was a Star Wars land speeder. I was looking for the little Luke on his way to the cantina to get hands chopped off. I mean, come on, man. That looks just like the first third-party Star Wars Transformers crossover.